Hello, I'd like to talk about centering. Every culture and most religions and spiritual practices have some form of helping humans to come back to center. The practice I use every day and throughout the day is adapted from an Aikido practice taught by Wendy Palmer. But over the years, it's morphed into my own thing, and I'm going to teach you how I do it. Now, there are more elaborate ways to do it. I want to teach you the simplest version, the version that you can do in a few seconds, in a spare moment. It doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't take an elaborate setup. But we start by imagining and acknowledging we have a center to begin with. Now, for some of us, our centers are scattered, and we actually need to do some work to call them back to ourselves. Simply engaging in this practice will help us with that work. For some of us, when we grow anxious or angry or some other strong emotion, our centers rise way up and we vibrate in a way that is distracting and, again, scatters our energy. Or we can't find our center and our energy drains away. Again, doing this simple practice will help. So imagine you have a center. I like to imagine it as a place of stillness between my navel and my pelvic bowl. And then I imagine my energy fields around me. I have an energy field that traces the edges of my skin, and I have an energy field further out. It's my boundary. It's my first line of communication. It tells people whether I'm available for conversation or not. It helps us read a room, a situation. And for some of us, it's too wide open, and we take in too much of other people's stuff. And for others of us, it's too shut down and too pulled in close, so we're not getting enough information. This practice will also help us gently calibrate that over time so that we have a center, we have a circumference, a boundary, and we're open to giving and receiving information without becoming overwhelmed or without needing to set up strong walls. So take a breath. Imagine your center. And take another breath. And this time, as you exhale, let your attention drop into that center. And then inhale when you're ready. And as you exhale, imagine your breath moving out to the edges of your aura, your shining body, your boundary and circumference. So let's do that again. Inhale, and as you exhale, let your attention drop into your center. And then inhale into center, and send a breath out to trace the outside edge of your boundary. I like to imagine that breath moving down in front, under my feet, up and back, and over my head. But whatever works for you today is fine. Breathe in to center. Exhale and trace the edges of your boundary. And we're going to speed that up. Instead of doing this on 2 breaths, we're going to do it on 1. As we inhale, we'll drop our attention, and as we exhale, we'll trace our boundary. So inhale, drop into center. Exhale, and reaffirm your boundary. Inhale, drop into center. Exhale, trace your circumference. Inhale, drop into center. Exhale, and reaffirm your boundary. You have a center. You have a circumference. You have a place from which to be and move, and a place through which to communicate and to claim your space. Center, circumference, core, and boundary. And all it takes is practice and a breath. Blessed be.